Hey folks, walk with me. On the philosophy playlist that I used to be more active on, I had put out probably more than one video on the concept of death, what happens after death, should you fear death, that sort of thing. And you can look at that philosophy playlist for anything having to do with that. I wanted to come in and sort of mention something that resonated with me that I thought was kind of a neat way of framing the idea of death and what happens after death from Thich Nhat Hanh. So if you've been watching this playlist for the past little while, you know I'm deeply engrossed in the world of Thich Nhat Hanh currently, and I'm sharing a lot of that here. But he has this idea of a cloud never dies. And there's actually a short documentary film about him, which is titled A Cloud Never Dies. And I had actually seen that before I had heard him bring up this concept in several talks that he did. He's often going back to this idea of a cloud and what a cloud becomes. And part of that is this concept of a cloud never dies. And what he means by that and how he sort of uses it as an analogy for people is you would never consider a cloud in the sky as having just died and vanished, right? Like this idea that when you die or when your loved ones die, that their consciousness and their being is just going to be extinguished, right? That complete nothingness concept. A cloud, rather, yes, it doesn't sustain as a cloud forever, but how does that happen? It happens because the cloud transforms. It becomes something else. It becomes a drops of rain, or it becomes ice that falls from the sky, or it becomes snowflakes and falls from the sky. But a cloud transforms into something else, and then as that snowflake falls to the ground, it eventually transforms into something else as well. Transforms into ice, transforms into water, and so on and so forth. You can just extend this out as long as time. And the concept here is the same idea of, if your idea of death is that you are just going to be extinguished, you're not giving full due to the reality of the world that you're in. Because if we see anything from the world that we're in, it is that of transformation. Everything is in the process of changing, but also when it dies, everything starts to slowly but surely transform into something else. And that will also be the case with you. And I have very specific plans for what's going to happen with my body when I die. And it's right in line with this. And I've set this up years and years and years ago. So anytime that I hear this concept, it resonates really strongly with me. And so to the degree to which you resonate at all with this concept of a cloud never dies, and that is also the same as your situation, maybe that gives you some bit of peace, some sense of solace. Maybe it gives you some intrigue, right? Some curiosity, whatever it is. But I thought I would share that because it's a slightly different way of sort of framing it or phrasing it than what I have mentioned before on this channel. All right, folks. Well, as you can see from my breath, it's a little chilly out here today, but it's not that bad at all. I don't even have to have gloves on, and barely need the jacket. The sun is really nice, beautiful blue sky. I don't need to follow you there. There you go, beautiful blue sky. And we're gonna carry on our merry way. So if you watched this far and or walked this far, I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.